We're in today with the legendary RX 590. This is a 2018 video card. It's got 2304 shaders, 8 GB of VRAM, GDDR5 Samsung at 256 bits bus width, running at 1560 MHz on the core clock with 2100 MHz on the memory clock. We're going to pair it up with this i7 9 Gen with 8 cores and 8 threads. Let's jump into top 10 free-to-play games from Steam and see how the system is holding. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that like button. Alright, let's start first with Dota 2. I want to see how it's running with maximum details. This is a very potent video card, so I'm 100% this video card can actually do the job. You can actually see that the system is performing really well from the CPU side. It's got nearly 11 gig of system RAM utilized here with nearly 70 watts consumption. The CPU is doing a fantastic job with maximum details, but even the GPU is delivering that performance. Look at the power usage from this, nearly maximum load. In this situation with automated fan, the GPU, it's kind of cool, even though it's utilizing only 2 gig of VRAM. So the power consumption, it's there, the VRAM is not utilized, the core is not utilized, and it's keeping it very steady on 66 degrees because, yeah, there's not a lot of noise from the fan. So I will accept this video card as very efficient on the fan. Let's see how CSGO is working with the system. Maximum details. I think I'm on maximum details. We're gonna look really nice. Let's jump in. Averaging really nice with CSGO apparently with 120 FPS with everything on maximum. You can actually see the 34 minimals and 76 1% they are in play here because those numbers will influence your performance. This situation with maximum details, you can actually see that CSGO is running really nice with 5.6 gig of VRAM utilized from this RX 590. Yes, maximum core load, the wattage is there on this video card. It takes a lot of watts to actually deliver this performance. I had to put the maximum fan because I want the GPU to be kept on 51 degrees. That's actually fantastic. But the CPU on the other hand reaches 70 watts consumption with around 60% load and nearly 10 gig of system RAM utilized. I call it the win for the system because in some situation I think you can actually lower the quality in order to get better FPS. Then you can have competitive FPS with this system. It's kind of fantastic, the performance. There is no problem with this. Let's jump into Apex and see how the game is performing with maximum details on 1080p. In Apex Legends, if you want to play with maximum details, you will end up with around 100 FPS on average, with 53 FPS on minimals and 80 on 1%. That is a good number, you know, for this system on maximum details. The CPU apparently doesn't reach 70 watts consumption, but it's got like around 50-60% load on the core of the CPUs with 10 gig of system RAM. But on the GPU side, we got 5.4 gig of VRAM, 100% core utilization, and maximum wattage. Look at the GPU's power consumption. In this situation, I would really recommend going for lower details, you know, and just making the GPU more efficient and getting more FPS. I really want that 140 FPS from Apex because I know that's the limit for this game, because you need to have competitive FPS, and I will choose low details with this card so I can benefit from the DisplayPort. Let's try PUBG and see how it's working with 1080p on maximum details. The only thing I have disabled is VSync and motion blur. Apparently, I'm holding pretty well with the system in PUBG with maximum details. I'm actually surprised that the game is performing really well. 80 FPS on average is kind of good because it's still on high details and there is a lot of details I can adjust here in this situation. The only thing I don't like is that 27-24 on minimals, and I think there is more room to improve there with the settings. On 55 with 1% is good, you know, but the system itself is doing fantastic. The only thing is, the problem is the core is not that fast enough, you know. So in this situation, I think lowering the details will be quite advisable. Actually, when you're driving, it's lowering the FPS a little. Do you get less FPS when I'm driving? Apparently, yes. Apparently 70 FPS on average is quite good. If I didn't put the fan on maximum RPM, I think the GPU would have been in a very bad situation with the temperature. Let's see how Team Fortress is working with this system. I think I'm on maximum, but there is no problem here. Maximum details with 1080p. Look at the FPS, 180 FPS on average. What do you expect from this? This is exactly what I need from the system. Oh yeah, did you say something? Did you say something? No! Smack my head. You knucklehead. Listen, you knucklehead. Look at this. 29 FPS on minimals with 103 on 1%. This is the right numbers here, seriously. In the system wise, I got like 50 watts consumption with 30-40% on the CPU with less than 10 gigs, 7 gig of system RAM only. Oh my god, this is so cool. 1.8 gig of VRAM utilized only from the GPU. Look how intermittent the core is loaded here. This is kind of nice. 60 degrees on this video card. Apparently, it's not that much. Kind of good to see this performance actually. Let's see War Thunder how it's running with this system on 1080p with maximum details as preset. I think it will do really nice, seriously. Let's jump in. I think this is the most interesting thing to see on a system like this, how the GPU and the CPU is working on maximum details. The quality is awesome, the performance is awesome, 184 FPS on average. I can't put VSync on because I have to stop the game in order to do that. Only in main menu you can do it. And after you activate VSync, you have good averages and everything is smooth. But I wanted to see how the system is holding, you know, minimals and averages. And on minimal, I got like 95 FPS. 1% is 141. Actually, the minimal dropped to 36. Oh my god, this is so creepy. So weird to see this performance like this, but it doesn't matter. The CPU itself, it's doing a fantastic job here in this situation, and it gives me this performance with 30% load only. On average, I got really nice performance. The CPU is not very stressed with only 6 gig of system RAM. I would say it's a win, you know, but on this situation, the only problem is the GPU with 73 degrees with maximum fan. Are you kidding me? This is insane. The GPU is eating a lot of wattage and is performing really well with this game. This is gonna be interesting. Destiny 2. On this occasion, I got 1080p with graphics quality on custom. I think I need to put highest in order to get the best quality here. 71 FPS. Apparently the CPU is on 34%. 61. Oh my god, it's... Oh, even the CPU is doing the job today, seriously. The performance is good with 70-80 FPS in the environment here, but you have to think about it because in some situation you will lag. So maxing out the video card, it was not very bright, but you can actually see that it's holding nearly to 100 FPS depending on the area. I think that if you're in a fight, then the game will literally lag or drop to amount of FPS that is not ideal. It's doing a fantastic job overall. Apparently it doesn't go below 60 FPS and I think the minimal will have been okay. Don't forget this is maximum details, you know. Maximum details in this game unlocked and yeah, it looks fantastic and it runs really fantastic. So 76 FPS, it's not bad for an old video card like this, but it's Destiny 2 and I like it. I like how it looks and I like how it feels. Everything is buttery smooth in this game. Let's put everything on maximum details in Unturned and see how it's working. I'm actually surprised the game is working with this video card on maximum. 80 FPS on average. Oh, can't wait to see the minimals and 1%. Even the CPU is getting hot now. 60-70 degrees on the CPU because it's eating a lot, like 80-90 watts consumption. Put everything on maximum details and it looks and it runs fantastic, this game, seriously. Look at this, 11.7 gig of system RAM, 46 minimals, 49 on 1%. It's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, the GPU can actually do the job. Look at it. It's not fully loaded. It's very intermittent, you know, and it's using only 5.2 gig of VRAM. Yeah. On the water side, it's making some heat, but it's not fully loaded. Let's see how Lost Ark is working with this system. I'm on maximum details with 1080p. I'm going deliver, complete mission completed. No, nothing. Seriously, I'm just benchmarking my video card and see how the whole thing is working. Damn, Daniel, look at this. Got like horrible FPS here, 2 minimals and 13 in the city. I think this is in the city, you know. Even the CPU itself is loaded. Look at that, 75 degrees on the CPU with 60-70% load on the CPU. I mean, 12.5 gig of system RAM, 2.5 gig of VRAM. Nothing is used, you know, from the video card, but the core is loaded constantly. So maximum details is not, it looks fantastic, you know, but I think 60 FPS on lock with VSync, it will be ideal on this situation. Just look at it, look at the temperature, 73, not okay. This is not okay, seriously. Let's see how Warframe is working with this system. I'm on 1080p with maximum details, without any upscaling, and I think the game was going to run really nice with this configuration. In some situation it's running with 90 FPS with 28 on minimal and 72 on 1%. Very dodgy numbers, but the CPU managed to stabilize. I actually was afraid that the system is going to lag the CPU. The GPU is maxed out, but look at this, it's only using 2 gig of VRAM and it's reaching 70 degrees on the core. Average is good, the system RAM is okay, 9.1 gig of system RAM, 2.1 gig of VRAM utilized, but the only problem is here the core on the GPU. 71 degrees. Can I run on maximum details Warframe with the system? Yes. The GPU can do the job? Yes. Is there a problem? Nope. That's it. It's just a fantastic performance from the system overall. The GPU, I wouldn't use the GPU like this because I want to have a higher FPS, so I will put like maybe on medium details or something. The game looks fantastic even on low details, so there's no complaining here. The only thing I gain here by playing it like this is making my room hot, and that's it. I really like the system, I really like the CPU, I really like this GPU. It's a kind of fantastic combination. This RX 590 with 8 gig of VRAM still holds even today. Today's proof was to see if you take 10 games that are free to play from Steam and see how they are performing with this 2018 video card with 8 gig of VRAM. Is it enough? Because this video card nowadays is very cheap. You can actually find it really cheap, under £100, under $100. It becomes a steal, but the only thing that you need to know is that there are games that can actually run on this video card flawlessly on maximum details. That's it. That was the whole purpose today, to test 10 games free to play from Steam. If you like this type of video, if you like this type of format, do smash that like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I promise you that I will make more videos like this. What do you think about the system and how it performed in those games?